Good morning to one of present over here. I'm Vinafka and I am here to give a presentation on our project that is autonomous health beacon. So why have we selected this problem statement? As we know, good health is very important for any individual. That's why, in order to emphasize on that, we have chosen this problem statement, that is health and nutrition. Now, moving to the project, what we wanted to do was create a system that could help you monitor the vital signs of a patient, of a less critical patient, remotely from the hospital itself. This is helpful. This would allow the patients to spend time with their family and would also help in having more waiting beds in the hospital for the critical patients. This way, it could also help in solving the financial issues of the people, as they would not have to visit the hospitals regularly, and at the same time, the people who have to be in the ICU or have some very critical issues, they can occupy the beds. Next, moving ahead, we'll explain what are the technologies we have used in order to create a project. First is Python. We used it to create most of the software of our code. Next is a Raspberry Pi, and this is what we have used to create most of the hardware of our code. Now we'll dive in detail about what are the various components of the application. The first is the server itself. It's created using Python. It is composed of two programs. The first program is a data receiver that receives the necessary data from the client side, and the second is web.py, which is a web application. Next, we have the database. The database uses SQLite 3. It is composed of two tables. The first table is the patient's table, and the second table is the readings table. Moving ahead, there are four hardware components in our project. The first is the Raspberry Pi. The second is the MLX 90614, which is a thermometer sensor, and next we have the MAX 3100, which helps in monitoring the pulse and oxygen levels of the patient. The next is the OLED display. Now, I would like my friend Siddhant to carry on.
So, in conclusion, our project is one that can help doctors to remotely monitor their patients and automate the process of finding critical issues in their vital signs. This will also help the patients in spending more time with their family at their homes rather than spending their days in the hospital. And also, in this project, the hardware and the wire connections were done by me and Rama, and the servers was made by Abhinav. Thank you.
So now I'm going to demonstrate our project. This is the autonomous health beacon prototype. So here we have attached the oximeter sensor. Here we have attached the oximeter sensor. This is the thermal sensor, the OLED display, and the router. Inside there is a Raspberry Pi to which all of the connections are made. So the data is read by our sensors, the thermal sensor, the oximeter sensor, and then it is sent into the Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi stores it into various variables. Then the variables are sent to the server.
The server part of our project. This shows the details of the database. We have two tables, the patients and readings, and this is the schema of those tables. Now moving ahead, these two panes represent the web application and the data receiver. In post already, we'll now copy this link, paste it in our web browser. So as you can see, this is our vital sign viewer is opened here. Next, in order to register a new patient, we'll enter the name of the patient, and either we can enter the values here for if there is a specific monitoring value for the patient, or we can leave these blank in order to store them with the normal pulse rate and normal temperature of a person. Now we can view the vital signs of the patient we just saved. So like Rongwon was wearing the watch just now. So we'll view these are the vital signs that we are receiving for Rongwon at this time. It will take a while and then it will refresh the data. Every 5 seconds the data is refreshed and we keep on getting the newer data. So this way we can remotely monitor the patient in real time. That is all for a demonstration of our project. Thank you.